Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is TIAN'A if this is your first time visiting, and today we are going to be cooking some spaghetti. Now this spaghetti is quick, it's good, but it's also going to be cooked in that pressure cooker right there by Insignia. I hope you guys stay tuned to see what the recipe is looking like. And right now what I'm showing you is all my ingredients. So this is everything we're going to be using. Stay tuned. So the first thing we're going to be doing is roasting this garlic. I love garlic in my spaghetti, especially fresh garlic. It just brings out so much flavor. We're going to go ahead and wrap this up and put this in the oven so it can get nice and soft. And then that's what we're going to start off with the spaghetti. All right, so I'm now adding my garlic into the oven, and we're just going to let that roast in there for a little bit till it gets nice and soft. So now I'm just going to start chopping up this onion. And the first thing I'm going to do is saute this with the roasted garlic. It is going to make the spaghetti so flavorful, guys. Trust me. My husband loves my spaghetti. I love it myself, so. Be careful with your cutting. All right, guys, look at that roasted garlic. It smells so good. So now what we're about to do is we're going to go ahead and add in our olive oil. I have it on sear and saute. So I'm going to go ahead and add in the olive oil. Because what we're going to do is we're going to saute those onions real good. You see that heat? Look at those onions. So I put the onions in first because the garlic is already roasted and it's already soft. So I don't need to add that in yet. I'm just going to let this saute for a little more. I'll add the garlic and then I'll start adding in my other ingredients. Look at the color of these onions. They smell so good. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and add in my garlic. I just have a little bit more left. Give me 1 second. Add in my garlic, and then I'm going to let all of this, let it come together. Just with the garlic and the onions itself, it just gives the spaghetti just a good taste. I'm just telling you, when you roast your garlic, it's just so much easier. And of course, they're not going to be in these big old chunks, but it just gives it such a flavor. Like right now, the house just smells so good. Look at that. It smells so good. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to be adding in my I'm now going to start adding in my ground beef. I have it in a glass bowl here, so I'm just going to be adding this in. And what I'm going to do is, once I add it in, I'm just going to toss it around in this garlic and onions before I start adding in all my seasoning. I love using my Instapot because you can use everything all at once. So basically what I do is I saute this really good and then I slow cook it for like a good hour and a half. Sometimes 2 hours, it just depends. I love my ground beef cooked all the way through. I love it nice and soft. I love it just melting in your mouth. And I feel like the longer you cook it, the better it tastes. Look at that. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to start adding in my seasoning. So I added in some oregano, just adding in a little dash of salt, not too much. I'm going to add in some crushed red pepper. Not too much, I don't want it too spicy. Then I'm going to add in some black pepper. I always add in a lot of black pepper. I love black pepper. And then I'm going to add in, last but not least, some smoked paprika, excuse me. Now these are the dry seasonings that I'm adding in right now. Paprika just gives it that color. So I'm gonna go ahead and mix that all around. All those seasonings in there. I'm still not done because I need to add in my cilantro base and tomato cooking base. And I'm gonna be honest, guys, I add this in on everything. I add that in when I'm baking chicken. I add it in whatever I'm cooking. I add in the cooking base and the tomato base. Show you guys what it's looking like. So this is what it looks like after I added in my dry seasonings. What I'm about to do now is add in my tomato cooking base and my cilantro cooking base. So I just added 2 teaspoons of my tomato cooking base and my cilantro cooking base. It just gives it so much flavor, you guys. I'm trying to tell you, if you use this on everything, you will notice the flavor with it. You'll notice the flavor without it. So I'm just going to go ahead and stir this up some more. I'm going to give it a little taste before I go ahead and add in my tomato base and my diced tomatoes with green chili. So I added in my tomato paste. This has basil, garlic, and oregano in it. And then I am about to add in my diced tomatoes with some green chilies. I love all of this in here. It gives it so much flavor. Mind you, I didn't even put the sauce in yet. So let me go ahead and stir this around and get this all marinated before I go ahead and add in my sauce. Look at that. So this is what it's looking like before I add in my tomato sauce. I only use Prego. I normally use the garden one, but Publix didn't have that, so I just got the flavored one with meat. I'm going to go ahead and add this sauce in and just let it slow cook for a good hour and a half. And I'll see you back then. So I just put the slow cook on for an hour. So I'm just gonna go ahead and let this slow cook. I'll check back in then to see if it's good to go or if I wanna cook it for a little longer. It's time to boil these noodles. About to boil the noodles. Cook those. The meat is already done. I love garlic bread with my spaghetti, so don't forget your Texas toast or just your homemade garlic bread with some garlic spread. Look at all that steam. I'm just mixing the sauce in with the noodles. Oh, look at that. It smells so good, and I know it tastes good. The spaghetti is all done, guys. Just topping it with some Parmesan cheese. I love a lot of Parmesan cheese on my spaghetti. I hope you guys enjoy the recipe. Please like, comment, and subscribe.